What's up everyone, welcome to Ben's Car Reviews. Today we're going to be doing a 6-month review of my Dodge Challenger SXT. We're going to be going through what I like about it, what I've found out about it, performance, all that stuff. So let's get into it right away with performance. This is the V6 engine, as you may already know. 303 horsepower, 268 pound-feet of torque. The biggest thing I've noticed with that is it is lacking with torque. I feel like there is plenty of power here. But sometimes I do feel a little lag when I really want to go, but it is brief. I put in the K&N cold air intake, and I did actually think that took some of that throttle lag away, but still, there is some there. But plenty of power to get out of your own way in this thing. It's not sluggish, it's not slow. This is a big car, it moves it just fine. Beyond that, handling-wise, it feels great. You can really take corners quick. It feels balanced. The tires are only 235s. But they still feel planted on the ground well. Still feels like you have full control. And of course, this beyond that with the all-wheel drive handles very well anyway, just because of that. Very well connected all the way around the vehicle. So in terms of performance, I'm not upset with it at all. It's exactly really what I thought it would be, maybe even a little bit better. 300 horsepower is plenty of power, guys. Yes, it's not a V8, but still a great vehicle here. The other aspect off of performance I want to talk about is winter performance. As you can probably see on the ground, there's snow where I am. I've been driving this all winter long. It is my daily. Sorry, V8 owners, I actually have to drive my car in the winter. Big thing about winter driving is the snow, right? Or ice, whatever the road conditions are. And tires play a huge role in that. This one does come stock with these very nice Pirelli P0 all-season tires. They have great tread. So far, I have had no issues. Granted, yes, I have all-wheel drive. That helps significantly. I have actually tried to spin this out or lose traction a couple times, taking a sharp turn where there's been salt and some slush and giving it some extra gas, just seeing if I can get this thing to spin at all, and there's been nothing. So definitely the best vehicle I've ever driven in the winter, aside from my truck that I had before this, but that had to be in 4-wheel drive to feel better than this. So if you have any concerns about getting one of these for your winter travels, I wouldn't be. The only thing that's going to take this down would be ice. That's going to take down any vehicle. So no worries at all as far as driving in the snow or rough weather. You should be fine if you know how to drive correctly. One thing I never went over in my original review of this car, which I'll put at the end of this video if you want to watch that, is the trunk. Plenty of room in here. Great feature of this vehicle, really. As you can see here, I can easily fit my golf clubs in, and my winter boots and jumper cables, which I hope you all have in your vehicles. And if you notice here, I did outfit this with some nice WeatherTech liners. This is the trunk liner. Obviously, I also have them in the front seats. They've been really nice so far. They are washable. They fit perfect. You can clean them whenever you want. Definitely a nice addition, I would add. But yeah, that's the trunk. Plenty of storage for you. Nothing to worry about there. So in case you didn't watch the original review, I'll look under the hood again quick. If you want to come on in. First thing I'll point out, of course, the last call badge we have here, making it the 2023 model. Dodge, of course, faked me out, saying this is last call. They faked everybody out, saying they're no longer making gas engines. Really just V8s they're done with. So the other thing I did was the K&N cold air intake. I do think that has made the engine sound better. It's performed well. I can't speak exactly to if it gives you more horsepower, as I can't actually dyno this thing in my current setup or anything like that, but it does feel more responsive. Maybe throttle lag is a little less, but certainly better sound is coming out of the engine. And the last thing I want to touch on for the engine would be miles per gallon, how I've done with fuel economy. This thing is really stellar. I've taken a couple longer highway drives, and I've really been just a touch under 30 miles per gallon. City driving has been great as well. So it's definitely higher than what the sticker said, which is great. So if you're looking for a way to get into one of these cars and not shell out a bunch of money on gas, this is a great way to do it, because I've had great luck with it so far. I'll go over the inside now, what I've noticed, what I like, what I want people to know. I will start by firing it up. If you're like me, you get yourself a nice Darth Vader push button start cover. Put on the brake. The Uconnect system fires up. As far as the sound in here, I do have a MBRP catback exhaust system on here, which I have another video for. I will attach that at the end of this video. The sound in here is not obnoxious with it. I felt that, the V6 stock is very quiet. I felt I was lacking the driving experience fully by not having some sound. Yes, V6 is not going to sound as good as a V8. I'm not claiming that. I know somebody was about to say something, but still, it is a very, good sound for a V6, in my opinion. At a idle, it's a very nice little rumble. If you look behind me here, you'll see the visibility, the blind spot, which is the thing I was worried about most in this vehicle. From the passenger headrest back, imagine you're looking the other way for me, that little rear passenger window you see is blocked by the headrest. So you can't see from the headrest to the rear window. So it's a huge blind spot. It's like half the vehicle, it seems like, when you're driving. Like I said, I was worried about that, but I have gotten used to it quite easily. It's not a big deal at all. Looking at the front would be the other lack of visibility, which you might not even realize until you get in another car, because I got used to this right away. It's just a lot of dash area here, a lot of hood going out in front of you, and the windshield is aggressively angled towards you, given this is a muscle car. And we all know the side profile of this, or of like a Mustang or Camaro, very sleek and low angles, but I've heard this does have better visibility than those two. So at least we have that going for us. Beyond that, the other thing I want to touch on is the speakers. This comes with the Alpine sound system. We'll crank it up here. I don't know what's playing. Sounds good though. You can customize your bass and all that. It is a good sound. I've had no issues with it. Don't feel like you need to get an upgrade to get good sound. The last thing I want to touch on the inside is the back seat. I'm going to hop back there and show you how much room you have. Showing you guys the back seat here. I'm 6'4". I said the driver's seat here is what's comfortable for me. So maybe another driver would be a little bit more forward, but you are cramped unless you like sitting like this with your head angled. Either way, if I had more legroom, which actually for the legroom's kind of fine, the headroom is what the issue is. So just be mindful if you're tall or have frequent passengers that are tall and you gotta stuff them back here, they might be a little uncomfortable. But still, it's not the worst thing ever. I could handle this for a few minutes. But that's your back seat. There's a 6-month review. If you're wanting a Challenger, I've heard there's still plenty in stock, so now's your chance. If you want to go with the SXT or the GT, which is going to drive the same as this, you're going to be making a great decision. I love this car. It's worth every penny in my opinion. The only thing that could make it better would maybe be a 6-speed manual, but you can get that on the V8s should you want that. But overall, this is what you want. You're going to make a great purchase. This is a great way to get into a vehicle like this. Should have no regrets. Thank you for watching this Benz Car Review. Please subscribe if not already, and I'll catch you in the next Benz Car Review.